just quickly, we had Palantir report yesterday morning, the raconteur par excellence. It's amazing to see, the COO remained in his kind of like fuming, like everything's amazing. The CEO was like frustrated and not happy. And he was like banging his fist on the table in frustration during the call, like over and over again, audibly, repeatedly in everyone's ears. You could hear the CEO on the audio just turn to someone and whisper, "That's it." And then they ended the call, as opposed to like, "Thank you so much for joining," their usual, thing that they go through. Just like, and it literally went silent. It was hilarious. It was, but the whole call was like, like, for example, like the CEO, even though he was like frustrated with the results, he still tried to obfuscate and things like, we defend the West, that was his like thing. And I'm like, well, I mean, the CIA doesn't use you anymore. The FBI doesn't use you anymore. They kicked you guys out. So like, obviously, you're not being used in that capacity today. It's good marketing, like you can sell your product better that way or sell your stock better. But it's not, the whole thesis on Palantir from the beginning was they had won huge deals in the past that would not repeat. And so you were going to gradually move those deals out of bookings and into backlog, into outstanding deal value, and then into backlog, and then into billings, and then into revenue. And there was this like awesomeness that, like, to analysts, you're looking at financial statements, you're like, oh wow, that looks really fast. But like, as somebody who understood like the whole motion, you were just eating into that win. And if you don't replenish that win, you're just going to get slower and slower and slower. And so like what they reported yesterday was, billings growth 3-4%, total deal value up 3-4%. Like, they're just basically pancaked. So it's RPO growth didn't really move much sequentially. Like there was basically very little growth and they lowered forward revenue. So that one continues to be a shit show. It's still overvalued significantly because of the retail factor in there, where like I think the institutions get it at this point. I just think the retail is still in there because the CEO, the management team, they're really pander to retail. Like, for example, they give the first the first bunch of questions on every call to retail questions as opposed to institutional. And it's a little bit unfair because they say things like, "Oh, we don't sell any stock." And of course, Alex Karp, the CEO, sold $1 billion worth of stock last year. So it's like, I mean, they say things to retail that they know retail people have jobs and they can't go spend a week digging into filings and digging through things and figuring things out. Like that's just, they don't have the assets and the time and the resources. So anyway, it continues to be a complete crap show.
This is disgusting. Next to the best deal that they ever did, which they no longer have those deals, to your point, the only deal Palantir gave Wall Street was selling them stock. And CNBC was pumping these guys. This was like 101 sold to the retail investor. And it doesn't surprise me. It is disgusting that they do give the questions to people that wouldn't know otherwise. I mean, I didn't know that part, but I don't need to know anymore. I mean, we see you, Mr. Palantir CEO. We see you board. We see you selling stock. This is a disaster. You can go to whatever house you want and whatever lake and whatever planet you want to fly to, go with Elon and have fun. But you know what? You f*** people over. You lied to them. And that pisses me off.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.